Bed. Love.
Bed.
Bed.
Love.
Beyond.
Beyond.
Bed, love, beyond. Bed, love, beyond.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 9 of Bed, Love, Beyond, the podcast for the hopeful and the hater in us to discuss sex, love, and whatever's clever with like-minded people like you who are also in limbo with love.
Like us.
I am one of your hosts, Martini, and the other host is...
Jennifer.
Yes.
I hate saying my name. So weird.
No, it's your name. It's quite all right. Anyway,
This could have been worse.
So we have of course, another episode for you, and this one is a special one because it's a 2-parter.
Oh snap!
Yes, it's gonna be Diesel. So we brought in reinforcements. So last week we had Noble and Jennifer. Wow, and Jennifer was felt like she was being attacked. Because it was two boys and one girl.
Yeah, there was too much penis in the room for me.
So
I brought backup this week.
Yes, she brought backup. So she got her friend and special guest, April. How are you?
Good.
All right. So the topic today is called, I don't know, it's just something about him, aka that one thing.
Martine, any particular reason why you decided this would be a great topic?
Well, I just wanted to know, and what the title infers is that a lot of times women go out with clear assholes or whatever. Well, clear except to them. And you're like, why do they keep going back to the asshole or whatever? Like, and they always say, well, I don't know, like, yeah, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that, but I don't know, there's just something about him, and just like, what is that thing? And I want to know, one, if you really know what that thing is, and two, what is it?
I don't know. I cannot confirm or deny these allegations.
No, but I think it's a very interesting topic to discuss because, well, I don't want to say like it's an epidemic, whatever, but I know
Wow.
a lot of girls go
Ouch.
through that, and it's just like, why? Like, what's going on? Like, I don't know what the deal is. So I just wanted to explore that, and it's good that we have 2 women on the podcast to really, bounce off each other and see if, delve in maybe into their history and see if they've gone out with anybody that they now see that, like, yeah, that guy was an asshole. I mean, he had X, Y, and Z, but yeah. He was an asshole.
There were quite a few.
She's like, let me make this list. Hold on a second.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1.
Yeah, but okay, so do we want to get into that now?
Well,
the personal stuff, or do we want to get into the articles?
First of all, we obviously have all the social media stuff.
Oh yes. Oh my goodness. So much social media stuff. Here's the easiest that I can tell you. Just go to the website www.bedlovebeyond.com. Go to contact us, and you will see all of our social media.
Right.
Because we
email, phone number, Twitter, Instagram.
We're on
Podbean.
We're on Podbean. We're on iTunes. We just recently got on Pocket Cast because I know a lot of Android people use that.
Personal.
So like, there's a lot of Android, iTunes. Like we got all that. So we're on everything. So please go to www.bedlovebeyond.com. Go to the tab, contact us, and you'll see everything. And yeah.
And also, if you're looking for a faster way to navigate the website, we're still kind of trying to figure out the kinks of it all. If you go to the bottom, it can either link you to the blogs or to the podcast if you want to just find the podcast. And people are actually responding to the blogs. I encourage you to read them and see if they are any of interest to you and write back. Feedback is always cool. And we actually have somebody who wrote into us with like a question, like needing advice.
Yes, that's true. So yeah, I thank you. I completely forgot about that. So and it kind of goes
That's why I'm here. I don't read the article. That has a purpose though, damn it.
And it's cool because the letter goes into kind of what we're discussing about today. So please, Jennifer.
All right, good. I'm glad April's here too because her input will be much needed on this.
Yes.
So the letter says, and please excuse me if I fumble over anything. Hello, Martini and Jennifer. My name is Jean-Claude. I'm in my mid-30s. I'm from Rockland County, New York. About 5 years ago, I started seeing a girl named Rosa. These are all fake names, FYI. From New York City. Despite our differences in the odds against us, I'm Haitian, she's Dominican, I'm a Rocklander, she's a New York Cityer. Those are real words. I work in retail, she worked as a professional dental assistant. Things started to get serious real quick. I wanted to move to the city to be closer to her. However, while I was seeing her, I was involved in the drug game. Excuse me. Took me back a second. As a financer, which she didn't know about. I planned on doing it for a short time to make some money to get out, but things went on longer due to greed. After a while, things began to get hectic. People within my organization began getting busted and locked up. I couldn't see Rosa as much because I had to help the remaining members move the product. This is getting serious, dude. Rosa became curious as for why I wasn't calling, texting, or coming to the city to see her as much. I would say it was due to work stuff, and things got so bad with my organization, with the crew, members constantly getting locked up, and many of them threatening to rat the rest of us out. It finally came to the point where I realized that I could be arrested for my limited involvement. So I decided to become an informant and turn on my capo, who was a sociopath, degenerate, and loose cannon anyways. Sounds like a charming gentleman. I finally decided to come clean to Rosa and other friends and family who were concerned about my inexplicable behavior and actions, resulting from the stress of maintaining this double life. Rosa was shocked and very disappointed. She said that she loved me and was concerned about my well-being, but could not be involved with someone in that lifestyle, and someone who lied to that magnitude that I did. I understood, but I was heartbroken, because Rosa was my first real love. Oh, we no longer talk, though I get updates about her from mutual friends. I have seen other women since then, but I get the occasional lady who asks me if I ever broken the law, to which I reply no. Being a police informant, I helped get 30 plus people arrested to this day. None of them suspect me, so I don't live in fear of my safety. Despite this negative era in my life, I was able to learn from it and mature, and believe that I am a better man because of it. I know women want men to be 100% honest about their past and vice versa. However, I don't know how any potential love interest, especially those with wife potential, will respond to hearing about my past. Should I keep this a secret from them or be open about it with my future love interests?
So first off, I want to say thank you to Jean-Claude for writing in, and anybody else who wants to write in, please write into bedlovebeyond@gmail.com if you want to hear any advice or want to give us a topic to talk about and all that stuff. So thank you, Jean-Claude. Very interesting question.
From the man's perspective, what do you say, Martini?
I mean,
I'm digesting still.
I mean, I believe so. It just depends on when you tell them. I don't think you need to tell them out the gate, like first date. You know, like, hey, how you doing? I used to be a police informant. Do you want any steak? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not
Did you see Donnie Brasco?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's not a good, that's not a good icebreaker.
Is he still? I wonder if he's still a police informant. I guess not. I mean, but still, like, I don't know.
I definitely, because it's something big. I'm sure everybody keeps, like a little, I don't want to say like white lie, but like a little secret, just to keep to them and stuff like that. But that's pretty big. That might affect him and that significant other's like future, or it might not. But you should let that person know.
I lied to a lawyer once.
Okay.
To get somebody out of a ticket.
You can stop right there.
No, I'm saying, like, I mean, I guess, like, for Rosa, it was probably, like, overwhelming. And I can only assume. I don't know. I don't know what I would have done, because I'm part of the reason why this podcast is created today about assholes. Because I'd be like, oh, it's not a big deal. And then April would be like, what the fuck? But, like, I can see
why. He has on an ankle bracelet, Jen. It's a big deal. He's on house arrest, Jen.
Like, can he come on the cruise? No, can't date him.
All right.
But, like, I think that I can see why Rosa probably got upset, and, unfortunately he had to take the L for that. But I think, like, moving forward, I don't know if I'd really necessarily bring it up right away. That, like you said, it wouldn't be a first date conversation.
No.
I think, like, once you're, like, involved in a relationship, I would kind of put it like, I did some stupid things in my younger days, but I'm straight edge now, and, this is what was going on, and
yeah, exactly.
I learned from my mistakes. Like, everyone made mistakes. I mean, everyone did dumb shit in college and whatever. I mean, most people. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if it's like in his past completely, you know, and he's not still like part of the fucking tip line, you know, then
Right.
I guess it's something you want to bring up once you're like in a solidified relationship, because you don't want it like popping up in your past, like, you know, on your first anniversary of marriage dinner or something. Aren't you that guy who was the informant? I mean, even though no one knows them, but like,
Right,
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or you get like an invitation to like the policeman ball or something. Like, why are you invited? Not that would happen. I'm just going left with it.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, I mean, your past always comes up. I mean, catches up to you.
Yes.
So I think at some point you should say something, but at the same time, not day one. What do you say, April?
Well, twice I've met two. Well, not police informants, but two people involved in drugs. Not so much selling it, but involved. Well, one guy I met was involved with transporting the money. So
I wonder
then,
if that's what the financer does.
maybe.
Maybe.
So then his cousin and one of his brothers went to jail. So he's like, I'm getting out of this. I can't put my mother and my family through another one of us getting locked up. So let me leave it alone.
Right.
Oh.
So he admitted that. And I was like, oh, okay, that was smart. And now he works at an insurance company and is a regular citizen. So, okay.
A regular citizen.
He was an asshole, too. It wasn't. And then the second guy called. We were dating for 2 years, and we had kind of had a falling out. And then a month later, he calls and's like, so my lawyer called me. You know, I put a plea deal and I'm going in for 5 years. I was like, why are you going to jail? And he's like, I got caught with a key and a gun. And I'm like, a key of what? And he's like, what do you think? And I'm like, you're a drug dealer. Oh my God. Like, and this person got up at 5 o'clock every morning and went to work in a raggedy car in a little raggedy apartment. Well, the apartment wasn't raggedy. I mean, it was, you know.
Yeah.
It's not like he lived in a high rise in Edgewater. He lived in a little regular apartment like the rest of us. He didn't have any furniture, like a regular bachelor. Mattress was on the floor. And
Maybe
he got up
wasn't doing it right.
every day. I mean, I guess he was hiding.
Right.
But his thing, he was like, I'm trying to get into real estate. I'm 800,000 in. All I needed was $1 million.
Oh, damn.
And
he was doing something
he's like,
right.
I'm tired of my mother having to pay rent. I said, well, so am I, but I ain't selling keys or coke. Like, my thing was, why can't you get your credit together, get a job, and get a loan like everybody else, and get into real estate?
So, if he wasn't going to do a bid, do you think that, I mean, you would have stuck it out?
I mean, I kind of was done with him at that point, but I still cared about him. So I wrote a couple of letters. and then it's like the letters were like, it started to get a little like favors started to be asked, and that's when I was like, we couldn't be in a relationship when you were out, and now you want me to go see handwriting experts and talk to some kind of lawyer in some downtown somewhere. I'm like, I'm not your girlfriend, I'm not your wife, I'm not doing this.
Right.
So I think you should say, and I looked up his rap sheet, so that's how I know. I'm like, why did he get 5 years? Because his behind was in there before.
April was doing catfish investigations way before Neve and the other guy. I'm saying.
So I felt like he should have told me he was in there before for selling drugs, because then I would have known. Maybe I would have thought twice. The one time I went in his house, he did have a gun on the chair. That should have been some kind of red flag. He's like, I didn't know who was at the door, and I'm like, but why would you be that scared? I understand you live in Patterson, but why would you be that
to have a gun?
But it didn't click. I was 22. It didn't click. Like, maybe he's a drug dealer. Maybe you're into some shit you shouldn't be into.
Yeah.
I was kind of intrigued by the gun. See, that's what being 22. But so that's probably was a red flag that I missed.
Do you think Jean-Claude should be honest, or?
I think he should say, give you a choice. Do I want to date a former person involved, or do I not? But I don't think you should start off with I was a police informant, because you don't know who she knows. You don't know if she has a big mouth or not. You have to wait and meet the family, meet the friends, go through the Facebook's profiles and stuff and see who she knows. And then it's like, okay, maybe she's not too too connected.
April
to
just took
anybody.
that to a whole nother like level.
Yeah.
Cause like, what if she knows, like, if she's family of like these
Somebody
people that
who
he
went to
put
jail.
behind?
Right.
Yeah.
Yo, that just got super deep.
Well then don't say you were a police informant. Just say you were in the drug game and now you're out.
Yeah, you could say
That's
that
it.
too.
Yeah.
Because she still knows you were doing something. You don't have any business. You
yeah,
broke
'cause
the law.
That's the more important part, that you were in the drug game,
Right.
but
That's the
I
more
was
important part.
stupid. You know, try to get you know, what is it? Get rich quick scheme.
Right.
Didn't work. I'm on the up and up now.
Right. Because Charles didn't get into exactly what he was, where he was taking it to who. But he just said, I was transporting and I stopped. I didn't ask any questions and he didn't go into any more detail. But at the time, that was enough. I don't know. Maybe at 35, I'm like, I might be like, transporting who? Did you get caught? Did you rat? What happened? Is that your real name? Are you? Is the FBI hiding you? Like, dude on what? Or from Goodfellas? What's going on? I might ask more questions at 32, but he doesn't have to say. At first.
I think if he just says, at first, no. I think if he just says, hey, listen, if it comes up. Like, if she's ever like, I don't know if you should just come out and say it or just be like.
Because that's the weird thing. Because, like, he, in the letter, he's saying, like, oh, people have come up, the girls have come up to me and saying, like, oh, have you ever broken the law? I've only seen that on job applications. What chicks are saying up to you?
We want to know. We want to know. I'm sorry.
But specifically that, though? Have you ever broken the law?
Have you ever been in jail? I said.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
have you ever been locked up?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you say. I'm Googling you anyway and looking on the state corrections
Oh, damn.
website anyway. But they
She thorough.
But they only keep you on there for, I think, 18 months after you get out. So
then he's good. Either way.
He's
Well,
good.
Jean-Claude, good luck. Sorry about Rosa. Better luck next time. More fish in the sea.
Definitely.
Tons of them.
But the point is, just tell her you were involved in it at least.
Yeah,
at the very least.
Truth will set you free.
Yeah.
So what do we have here, Martini? I'm ready for the attack. I got my bodyguard. I'm ready.
There's no attack. I just want to know what the F y'all chicks are doing to yourselves.
I don't want answers.
You know, so the first article is from EliteDaily.com. We haven't been there in a while.
Hey now.
So the title of the article is called 12 Special Qualities a Man Has That Mean You Should Never Let Him Go. So when I saw this, I was like, all right, you know, this is cool. But then I saw one of the qualities, and I was like, wait, hold on. So one of the qualities was number 7, and it says, he's brilliant, but not cocky. Well, a little bit cocky, but not too cocky. If you found yourself an intelligent, wise, and sharp man, then he may be a keeper, as long as he isn't too cocky, of course. A man who's a bit cocky is attractive, just like confident women. We're programmed to appreciate strength in every and any form. However, if he's too cocky, then be wary. Those guys tend to balance on the fence between being bearably cocky and complete assholes. Sadly, the smarter ones tend to be dicks a lot of the time.
I think they bear on the fence of cocky and narcissistic. Personal opinion, sorry.
You want to elaborate on that, Jen?
I don't know. I don't understand why they use the word cocky for men, but confident for women.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
Explain.
Okay, so why can't a man just be confident and not cocky? So, like, why can't you just be confident about what you have going on and not cocky?
Because men are cocky and they want you to know. That's why they they invented that. Well, not invented, but like they use that, you know, word like swagger and stuff like that. They want you to know that they got, you know, themselves going on. Like, hey, girl.
Like the guy who texted me about his 9-inch penis.
Yes, exactly.
I don't
See,
think you and I are a good fit.
See, he's
I'm like, why? What good fit where?
No, but I'm just saying, you know. So yeah, exactly. He could have totally been confident in his well endowedness,
if it's even true.
If it's even true. But I'm just saying. But no. But he was like, yeah, we can't go out because I got a big dick, you know. So it's like, why did you need to do all that, you know? Because he's cocky. No pun intended. So, I don't know. How do you guys fare between what is confidence good or can it be like too much?
I think confidence is good. I think you should be confident about something.
Mm-hmm.
If it's like the way you dress, or I mean, when you're confident about materialistic things, I don't like that.
Right.
Like, yo, check my ride, check my weird. No, I'm good. But I mean, if you're confident about, like, I don't know, I can't put it into thoughts right now, April. Like, when you're confident about, like, good things, confident.
Right. Like that you've got a good job and you've been on your own and you pay your bills and that kind of stuff. Like, I'm not living, I'm not living off any woman. I take care of myself. I'm not out here trying to get chicks money.
Right.
I mean, because that's who she could be meeting. Somebody trying to take her money or get taken care of.
Right.
But
I mean,
I don't think you should be cocky about material. That's a turn off when you're cocky about material.
Or when you're confident, when you're confident about the way you look, like when you walk into a room and you don't say anything, but and you're confident, like, with the way you are, like how you put yourself together that day, that's cool. But when you're like and like rubbing on yourself and like looking at yourself in the mirror, really?
Licking your lips.
Yeah, like Boris Kodjoe did not walk into my house. Have a seat, please. I don't like that. That's like for a second, it's like, and then it's like, all right, this is getting annoying. I don't know.
So have you? What's the ratio on confident men to cocky men? Have you guys
dated?
gone out? Yeah, have you guys dated?
I like weirdos. I dated like one guy who was like super cocky, and it clearly did not work out. It was not a good match because I have no problem. I have no, like, some things I have problems with, but that I don't have any problem like telling you. You could be fine as shit, but if you're acting like you're fine as shit, I'm gonna just shit on you because you're letting me know that I can. Because you obviously need to be big about yourself to make yourself feel good. You just don't feel good off the cuff of just general, put myself together today, got a nice haircut. You can't just walk into the room and exude confidence without having to say something and like floss. Shut up.
I'm probably not that confident.
Right, exactly.
You're overcompensating.
Right. Yeah. When you start talking about the kind of watch you have on and that your suit is like, I don't know, Valentino or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Same thing as chicks who are like, I'm wearing Louis Vuittons. No one cares.
Well, other women do.
I don't.
All
Sorry,
right.
I don't care. But that's the thing. Like, I have no problem just being like, all right, you're done. Like, I mean, the relationship still may linger, but like, I don't admire you like I would somebody who is just confident
and humble about it.
Right. I like humble. Humble's nice. Humble's actually really sexy. Like, Idris Elba's humble. I know it is.
I think that's the number 3, the third time in a row, the third podcast in a row that she's mentioned Idris. So Idris, hey, you want to come on the podcast or like give us a shout out? We love you.
April coming back for that one. I don't know, April. What do you think? Do you think confidence? Like, I'm sure you've met cocky dudes before.
Right. I think too, when you're confident, you don't have to say anything. Everybody can just see it. Everybody just knows. But I think the more so being as a man, you're confident in yourself as a man. That's what I think is sexy. Not just like, and that embodies everything.
Right.
The way you walk, the way you talk to people, the way if you open doors, the way if you're genuine when you say things,
if you're respectful to your mama.
Right. Things like that. When you look out for your family and your friends, when you're confident in yourself as a man, that's what. Just being I don't know. It says when you're smarter. I don't know if intelligence has too much to do with it. Because some intelligent people aren't confident.
Yeah, book smarts doesn't mean
right. You can be really smart and not confident at all. So I don't
think Bill Gates was confident.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think he is confident?
He's dead, isn't he?
Bill Gates? No, that's Steve Jobs.
I fell in the game of Dead or Alive today. Sorry.
Jim will have you thinking somebody's like, yes,
But no, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think some guys like that who are really like super intelligent or smart or are confident, but they should be. I mean, I don't know. I'm lost. What's the next point?
All right. Moving on.
Don't be cocky.
Yeah, don't be cocky. Just be confident, please. But now we're gonna get into like the juicy stuff because this is the stuff that I want to know. So I saw this article on Vice.com and it was talking
Vice
about
is good.
yeah, and the article is about we asked our exes to review what it's like to date us. So okay, we could start from right there. What do you guys think that your exes would rate you guys? Not numerical, but like what do you think they would say about you guys? Your exes.
Why don't you go first, April?
Well, I haven't had an ex in a while, but the ex I'm thinking of, I think he would say I probably was at the age I was when we were dating.
Mm-hmm.
I was probably a bit of a bully. I bullied him.
I could see that.
Yeah, and he was like 2 years younger, so I bullied him. I was bossy.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted things my way, but I taught him a lot. So he'd probably say I taught him a lot, but I was a little bitchy. Yeah, I was a bitch when I was in my 20s.
Okay.
But I think that's basically what. But I taught him a lot, and I cooked for him, and I did nice things for him. But things had to be my way, I guess, too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
At that age, I think it depends on the age too. Your ex reviews you, what age you were. Yeah. Because I definitely, my last ex, I was much younger, so I wasn't as understanding and of the male ego and all that. So, but somebody review you at 32, maybe you weren't so bad.
I don't know. I don't know what they would say. I mean, so since we were the last one, I don't know what episode that was. Since I'm friends with a lot of my exes,
Right.
I've actually asked them before sometimes because it's good to do like a little self review of what was good, what was bad. The thing is, the ones that I thought were crazy thought that I was crazy.
Okay.
And I don't know that I was crazy as much as like I'm very meticulous in a good way. Like I know what I want and I'm a little spoiled about it sometimes. And like if I feel like it's feasible, I'm kind of like, all right, what about that thing? So,
Right.
I mean, but that's just what it is. I mean, when in my younger years, I was definitely more insecure and a lot more needy. I definitely feel like I grew out of that a little bit, a lot actually.
Mm-hmm.
But before, like, I had like this need to be like, where is he? Where is he going? What's happening? And part of that is the person you're dating. Like, you date these assholes who don't text you back, who don't call you back, who disappear for hours, who were sleeping, quote unquote. Like, you sleeping at 6 o'clock in the afternoon? Not buying it. Like, but you were sleeping at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, but texting somebody at 4 a.m.? Like, I don't know. I don't like it. So then, like, it enrages you as a woman, and you're just like, what the fuck? So, yeah, then that gets a little crazy, I guess. But, like, I think it depends on who I date. Like, the last relationship I wasn't dating somebody who was an asshole to that degree. So I wasn't like that, but he'd probably say I was selfish. I don't know, not open to things.
Right.
Part of it is right. Part of it was I was in my own head about things, and that's like all things in life. You just got to live and learn and, do better next time.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I remember that test you gave me. You're like, oh, give it to your ex, see if he'll take it.
Oh,
about
the self-evaluation test.
The self-evaluation test.
Yeah. Because, I guess, it's my turn. Because my ex would tell me that, I need to be, more confident in my ways. Because, because of past relationships and stuff, I would always think that I wasn't good enough because I guess the relationships would prove that
Is she blaming me for
wasn't.
this?
What?
Is she blaming me for this?
No, I'm just, no. But yeah, I just need to be like more confident in my ways
fault.
and like, do things and to, just be better overall in my relationships. Not that I treated, anybody that I went out with poorly, but it just concentrate on more of the practical things as opposed to like the lovey-dovey stuff.
Right.
'Cause, like the lovey-dovey stuff, like I got on freaking, like I got on deck. There's no problem. But then when you start to get older and then you need to start thinking about like property and stuff like that. No, like I would never. No, seriously, I would never think about that
He
stuff.
says it like a scary thing.
He's like, what is this 401k shit?
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Retirement. What are you talking about?
401k, is that like a code on Sega?
Yeah. Like, do I put that in? Is that a secret code? Like, get 100 lives or something? Like,
More money off my check?
Yeah,
What?
but it's serious. I would never really think about that. So, it was my naivete about that. So it's like, whoops, so,
Whoops.
so, I just need to just concentrate on that. But with this article, all the authors got in touch with their exes, and one of them, which I thought was very interesting to read, but do you wanna read this, Jen, for me?
Not really, no. Where
Okay,
is
cool,
it?
thanks. So I'll read it. So
Honesty is important in any relationship.
all right, awesome, thank you. So like I said, the article is called "We Asked Our Exes to Review What It's Like to Date Us," and one of the answers from an ex was this: "You are unequivocally yourself, which is mad frustrating, but also insanely attractive. It feels like you strive to reach a standard set by someone else when you can reach beyond that if you are yourself. You embodied a lot of contradictions, selfless in the sack, yet distant, narcissistic, yet afraid to open up, available, yet only on your own time. But if I can go back, I'd emotionally exhaust myself again." So I want to know is, just reading all that, why would somebody, she didn't even say like, if I could go back, I would like, lose myself in you again, or I would love you all over again. She said, I would emotionally exhaust myself again. So I want to ask you ladies, why would a woman want to go back to that?
I don't know.
Like, like why would you want to emotionally exhaust yourself again?
Because there's that one thing. I don't know.
That you can't make sure you able to let go.
This is the thing. Like, I have an ex that everyone knows. April knows he was an asshole. You know he was an asshole. Everybody knows he was an asshole. Like, nobody liked him. And I feel bad that no one liked him. Because nobody saw what I saw. And, like, he's going to go down in, like, history of, like, that. Don't give me that face. Of that person that's, like, I know he was evil. I could sit here and tell you the things that like he did, and you'd be like, "That's abuse," and I know that's abuse. I studied it in school. I'm like, that's abuse, not physical abuse, more like emotional or like verbal abuse. But like, I like adore him. Like not like now, but like I did then.
Yeah,
you know, and like to this day, I'd still be like, I'd like to talk to him and see what's going on in his life and. I don't know. I think I'd be friends with him, but I would never, like, date him again. But, like, we've also been apart now for 5-6 years. So it's been a long time, and we haven't talked at all. But, like, then there was just, like, something, like, that, like, drew me to him. I dated him for, like, 8 months. We broke up. We didn't talk for 2 years. Somehow we got back together. And I don't know. Maybe it's on his part, too. Like, because when we got back together, it was kind of like chat. And then it was like a little flirting. And the next thing you know, we're like, bam, back at it again. Mm-hmm. And like, it was a mutual thing. It wasn't just something like I dragged him into. He might tell you a different story towards the end of the relationship. And then I like kidnapped him and kept him in New Jersey. But like, didn't really happen like that. That's imagination. He heard voices.
Wow.
So
but
like,
what was the thing? What
I
was
don't
it?
know. Like, there was just something that, like, when I was with him, like, I had so much fun. Like, we used to, like, karate kick and fight each other in the house. Like, we, like, saw this prank on, like, Funniest Videos once where you, like, take an elastic band and you tie it around the sprayer of the sink.
Oh, okay.
And then when you turn the sink on, obviously it'll be, or you tape it. You tape it with clear tape.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously when you turn the sink on, the sprayer will be clicked and will spray the person who's at the sink.
Right.
So we were like, yo, he's like, I'm going to get you first and this and that. And it was like an ongoing joke for weeks. And I finally got him and I nailed him and it was great. But like, that's what made the relationship fun. Like, he was my best friend. But as soon as I had to talk to him about like relationship shit, like, oh, you're going to New York? Like, where are you going out with my homegirls? I'm like, can I go? And he's like, nah. I'm like, what the fuck? like then he wasn't so fucking cool.
Yeah,
but like when he was like my boy and we were going to the movies and going to watch fights together, like everything was awesome. And like we had chemistry and everything was good. But it's like as soon as it came down to that relationship shit, like, you know, oh, we're gonna go on like a double date. Nah, I don't do that.
So maybe you like the friend,
right?
Him,
and that's what
and
that's what I've always
man.
said. But we were like physically compatible, but like we should have kept that off the table and just been friends. Like we were friends in the beginning, and I should have known he was a dog from the beginning. Not a dog, like he didn't cheat on me, but like when I met him, he had a girlfriend, and I was breaking up with my long-term boyfriend. So I told my long-term boyfriend, because at this point I was like, fuck you, you're being an asshole. Leave. I said leave for a weekend so I can get my head together. I really wanted to have a party. So I did. It was an epic fucking party. I thought it was. And since he was from New York, he slept over. So I was like, you can sleep in my bed. Being an idiot. I was like, I don't care. Fuck everybody. So he slept over. Nothing happened. I tried to steal his socks. That was it. It was a really cute story. But the next day, we went to breakfast, and his girlfriend called, and she was like, did you have fun? And she was just as dumb and naive as I was. Because first of all, my boyfriend's not sleeping at a girl's house. Fuck what you heard. And in my head, I'm like, if she thinks that's okay, that's not her.
And he knew.
But
she knew it was a girl.
She knew it was a girl, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, more fun than I should have. Yo, if he... I would have wowed out if I was that girl.
Right.
Unless she slept over at a guy's house and then called him when she left.
Yeah, true. But, like, seriously, I was like, yo. And I didn't think anything of it at the time. I was like, haha, that's funny. But, yeah, I can't tell you what it was about him. But, like, I don't know. He's just going to go down in history as, like, that one person who had, like, that major impact in my life. And I know he was an asshole. I knew the other ones were assholes, too, but... like, he's just, I don't know. I can't explain it to you. The psychologist can't figure it out. I don't know. I'm sorry. That's all I got. I'm flustered.
I'm flustered. Okay. April, do you have any asshole stories?
All of them. All of them up until now.
Right. Okay. But okay. So with them,
April found a good one.
is there, and that's very good.
I don't know where they make them, but
I don't either, because that's the only one I pull out of the Plenty of Fish batch.
yo, and she found them on POF, which is like,
Oh wow.
which is like epic.
Yeah, that's rare.
I have met a couple of nice guys. They just wasn't relationship material, but they for me.
Yeah.
But I can picture them being nice boyfriends for somebody else.
Right.
Because I mean, at some point I was like, oh,
That's why we gotta start that
he's
dating
5'6"
service.
now.
So, like, I have a short friend.
Yeah, I did that for a while. So, but all of them. They
So you asked Jennifer what was that one thing about her asshole? What was the one thing about your apparently many assholes?
Most of them were sexy. I think that's
the thing.
And
sometimes.
when I was at the point, I didn't, like, some of them I met, I didn't want to be in a relationship, or I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, well, at least he's sexy. You know, I'll go with that for a while until. But
that runs out.
The main thing that made them an asshole was dragging on this I don't want to be in a relationship yet thing, but I love you. And I'm like,
they were dropping L-bombs?
Yeah, but you
wow.
But you go on with this. Okay, well, maybe in 3 months he'll want to, or maybe in 6 months he'll want to.
Yeah.
And then 2 years go by and you're still dating, and you're like, he's not my boyfriend, but kinda. but not really, but we're friends. And then you get to the point you don't know what it is. And then you want it and he doesn't. And then he knows you want it, but he keeps going on it. So I think that's what makes you an asshole. But I have the biggest asshole story I would say is I want to be with you. I want us to work on towards a relationship. And then you leave the Facebook messages open on my computer. And you meeting chicks at their house, talking about what you're going to do to them when you get there.
Oh.
And I just loaned you $20 for some gas. So,
I hope you got condoms.
Wow,
and I'm
that's
reading
dirty.
the Facebook messages like, word, son? Don't ever talk to me
So
again.
hold on. So hold on. Let me just get this straight. So he asked to borrow $20 or let me hold $20 so he can do other things
so he can
to
drive
other
the
chicks
car around
to do things to other chicks.
Yeah.
Wow.
And was dumb enough to leave the Facebook up on my computer. I didn't look for it, but I'm not gonna not read it.
But that's right.
It's there.
And I started to send a angry message to all of them, like he's a dog and he's playing all of us. But then when I looked very closely,
All of us? How many?
it was a bunch of different girls.
Damn.
Gross. I was like,
Gross.
I called him, you're a fucking sex maniac. You're disgusting. You probably have something. But anyway, I was going to send an angry. And then I looked at it very closely. And one girl put, well, my kid's father is coming over, so you can't come.
Oh.
And one girl had like, just different things that let me know like they don't give a fuck about you. So what are they going to care about this message?
Right.
Yeah.
They don't, all y'all nasty. Like none of them care about you. Y'all all nasty, and they probably. I'm just gonna look like the hurt chick.
Right.
So I just closed it, and I was like, "Don't ever call me again." And
Damn.
8 months later, he called me and had act like he had no clue what happened.
What?
He was like, "I vaguely remember a Facebook incident." Really?
Vaguely.
Clearly, I didn't wild out loud enough.
Don't ever call me again, because that's insane.
Wow.
Damn.
But
I
I
don't
think
know.
that was the biggest. The lying. I've met a lot of liars.
Yeah.
So that's why I can point them out.
Mhm.
I listen very closely. I'm like, you're lying. And if you're not lying, I think you are. Sorry.
Right. You can tell if somebody's like being like truthful. Like when you have too much to say, I don't know.
What do you mean?
Like the lawyer dude.
Oh.
Like I was like, me and April were like catfishing him. Like I don't think that's his movie theater. I don't think he really cooked that food. That wasn't his penis. I put it into the Google images. Wasn't his.
Right.
It was on some like African or Egyptian website. So
You're not in any of the pictures with Neo.
Nope. See,
Yeah.
I don't care if he's
I
listening.
don't think he
give
went
a
to
fuck.
London.
He might have went to London.
Where does he work then?
I don't know.
He doesn't work for that lawyer place he keeps tagging unless he's the janitor. We thought maybe he's the janitor.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Or
the
or a
mailroom.
paralegal.
No,
Or a paralegal.
No, but what? Oh yeah, paralegal.
Maybe he's a
no,
paralegal.
because I was gonna say, what about that picture from the private jet, plane? Sorry,
I don't know.
or helicopter, whatever.
Maybe it was parked. Maybe.
Parked in the sky.
Oh, you can see the sky.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was just sitting in the chair.
No.
Oh.
He sent me like a picture, like, and he's like on my way home, and it was like a picture, but it was like a picture of like the Freedom Tower, and like obviously, JetBlue don't fly over the Freedom Tower. I don't
Right.
know. I don't fly into that airport.
Yeah.
Maybe they do. Maybe I'm naive and just coming through Newark and only see the fucking smoke tower things. I don't know.
Right.
But first of all, like, I don't know. Like, that's your first impression. Like, why do you think I care about that? Like, what gave you the idea that I give a shit about what you have in your bank account? Or what you have at your house? Or like, oh, I live here, but I'm building a house here.
Well, I think it's because
It's a lot of information for a stranger.
I think it's because of the, I don't want to say stigma, but I think it's because of the expectation that women want their men to be established.
Right. But if you're such a great guy, why don't you have a girlfriend? And that, you know something? Every time I get on like one of those dating sites and I see some of those people who I've seen before, I'm like, maybe something's wrong with them. But then I'm like, fuck, maybe something's wrong with me because I'm here too.
But maybe we can become established together if you stop lying.
Right.
Tell the truth.
If you
Maybe we
stop
can
lying.
build together. But
Yeah.
don't come at me with all these lies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice if you meet somebody and they already have stuff, but it's probably better if you get that stuff together.
I think you need to make a list and figure out what you want as a woman. And I know it sucks for men, but like, y'all are not dumb. We know, we have a list. But like, lying, like, don't be a liar. One, like April said, but like, I don't know. I don't know if there's a way to like weed out the assholes. I don't know. I mean, I don't think there is without trial and error. Mm-hmm. I think when you're young and you're in love, you're gonna find them, and you're gonna love them.
You're not gonna weed them out at 23.
Nope.
No. At least by 30, you're like, nope. I mean, at least for online dating, it's like, nope.
Right.
Maybe. Nope.
I dated a guy, and he told me like a couple weeks after we were dating, he's like, I have something to tell you. I'm like, what? He's like, I have a kid. And I was like, okay. And I didn't really care. I was kind of like, But I was like, but that's not what it said on your profile. Mm-hmm. He was like, on the profile, it says kids with an S. He's like, I don't have kids. I have a kid.
Thanks.
I was like,
wow.
I was like, yo, there's a glitch in the matrix.
And that was the first.
That should have been the first flag.
That was the first. I'm deceitful.
Right.
I'm deceitful. And I'm gonna try to go around the truth every chance I get.
But I stayed.
Because of what? Because of that one thing? What was his one thing?
I don't know what his one thing was. Honestly, I have no fucking idea. I don't know. Right. I don't know.
I know who that. I remember who that was. Yeah. And I that one, he had me fooled too.
Because I'm like,
oh, he's got an okay job. He's, he all right. He was pretty much sociable. He came out with you. He was on the right track at first. Mm-hmm. But then things started popping up.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
Texting ladies at 4 a.m. I don't know.
And I'm like, Jenny, you're going to see him on the news. She's like, I know, but he said nothing. But no, he doesn't do drugs. What?
That's his only redeeming quality.
No.
He doesn't do drugs.
Was that him you said that?
Maybe.
You were like, well, he doesn't smoke crack.
I was trying to pull like anything out.
I guess so. If you put it that way, I guess.
That's why April says I'm the queen of silver linings. I'm like, but I don't know. Like,
I'm telling you, if I ever go down for murder, I'm calling Jen. She will defend you to the death. Defense, that's her other job, law school. Come up with a defense quick. I'll make bail and everything.
Like the asshole, everyone knew he was an asshole. He barked at my friends and he meowed occasionally. He threw paper footballs. I don't know. He was like weird. Sometimes he spoke with like a British accent. I think that was going on at one of the parties.
I walked in the house, Jen introduced. He's like, hey. Just threw up his hand. I was like, no, he didn't say hey. He just threw up his hand.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, she knew day one. She's like, nope.
I was like,
Oh, wow.
I don't like him.
That's all it took.
Wow.
But I was like, and then I was like, we didn't break up till 3 years after that.
Yeah, that was quite a while.
I went to Europe and he moved in eventually and he stayed with my roommate. And like I hadn't really met any of his friends. So I went to Europe and I was freaking out because I hate flying and I got stranded in Sicily. Sounds like a good thing, but it wasn't. And like I was freaking out at the airport and I call him and he's like, I gotta let you go. My friend just came over. I was like, say what? And he's like, she came to drop me off a t-shirt. I was like, she came to drop you a t-shirt at my house? So he put my roommate on the phone.
Conveniently while I'm not there?
Right. Like she couldn't come the whole week before.
Right.
And I put my roommate on the phone. He's like, yo. I'm like, yo. He's like, don't worry. I got your back. I was like, okay. Like, because he knew that it was a shady fucking thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, he knew that was, like, dumb. And you know what? He wasn't doing anything, and she was really just his homegirl. It's just the fact that you don't have the fucking common sense to be like, I live with this woman. This is her house. We do all share it together, but I need to be respectful enough to be like, nah, you should wait till my girl comes when she
or
comes
at least drop it off at the door and then like, all right, peace.
Right.
It's a shirt.
Or if you knew her beforehand, if you had been introduced,
right,
or whatever, it wouldn't have been so weird.
I think I knew her like in passing, but I wasn't like crazy about her because, like, you know what? He was like one of those people like doesn't know how to interact in a group, but is good like interacting with individuals. So like in a group, he'd be like real weird to me or real weird to that person because he was with me.
Possibly Asperger's, but okay.
Like, let's get that DM diagnosis out there. But yeah, but still, even after all the Europe shit, I was like, we'll work it out. I don't know.
Martini's face.
Martina's gonna murk.
The greatest, funniest.
Martina's gonna murk me after this episode, so this
I'm
might be our last one. So
no,
it's been fun. Like,
But
Martina's gonna pray for you after this episode.
No, but I'm just saying, it's just that, like, wow, because of what you're saying, you're like all this stuff, and you're like, yeah, and I stayed 3 years after that, and then like, it's just like, damn, it's just that, like, it. You're just proving the point. Like, it's real out there. It's real. You know, so that's what I'm saying. But to go off with what April said to the next article, it's because she was talking about how, like, you know, she did meet nice guys, but they were more for other people. She can see how they'd be better for other people as opposed to her. Mm-hmm. So the next article is completely, like, funny because the title is, I interviewed 4 women who rejected me to find out what's wrong with me. So it's like it just sounds like one of those nice guys is just like
posing with Sonic the fucking Hedgehog.
So it's like, you know, it's just like, man, what do I need? Okay, let's say, you know, I'm a good guy. You know what? I'll just even speak for myself. Just like, yo, because I've posed that question before. That's why I like looked it up. Just like, yo, what is wrong with me? Because, you know, people have like rejected me or thought I was like a good guy, but like, you know, too good. So it's like, I don't want you and stuff like that. But like, I saw this and I was just like, man, I guess you just gotta be. I think just being a dick is the way to go because
do you think if you
chicks
tried,
like
you
that.
could be a dick?
You know what's so funny? I tried being a dick, but a long time ago, like a really,
I missed that,
really long time, a really long time ago, and it just wasn't working. Cause I tried to like just be like not funny, not, and you know, just try to be like nonchalant and just downplay who I am times like negative 400%, you know, and like it just felt weird. It wasn't me.
You weren't like a happy person.
What?
Were you like a happy person after that experience?
What do you mean? I
don't know. Like, since you had to be like such a dick, like, how did you feel about yourself after?
No, I was just like, like what? No. Like,
did it work?
No, it didn't work at all. It was just dumb.
Buying your shit, Martini.
You know, exactly. So it was weird. So,
but you have a dick side.
Only when somebody deserves it. That's it. That's completely different. A dick is gonna be a dick regardless.
I've got the memoirs to prove it.
So like, the guy in question asked this girl, "Do you usually figure out if you want to do more than make out with someone pretty instantly, or is it just a slow burn?" And then the girl says, "Oh yeah, it's a fact of life that women know within seconds of meeting a man whether or not they would have sex with them. I'm into guys that are overtly confident. I dated a guy once who I had very, very, very strong feelings for. I was crazy about him. The first time we hung out, we had sex. And afterward, he walked into the bathroom that was attached to the bedroom and took a shit with the door open." And then the guy's like, "Really?" And she's like, "Yeah, I could see him. I could actually see this guy while he was taking a shit right after he slept with me. And for some reason, I just remember being like, you know what? I respect how much nerve you have." Really? Really? That's all it takes?
You have to build up to that.
Yeah.
You gotta build up to that. No, but
3 years in, we still closing the door.
No, but what I'm saying is just like, you know, this guy obviously, you know, banged her out, was just like, yo, F it, fuck it. And I'm just about to take this shit. What's she gonna do? And, you know, anybody else would be like, oh my God, you know, just like you're like three years in.
Son.
But she's like, oh my God, I'm so disgusted, but so attracted at the same time. Just like, what? What do you mean? Like, what are you talking about?
That's
like,
some twisted shit.
That's
pun.
That's some twisted shit. Oh man, no, but okay. So let's go with this because I mean the guy was pretty much direct, just like, "Yeah, I don't give a shit about you." But
right, because that's exactly what that means. Is that I am so fucking comfortable that I just did what I did to get my rocks off. Like, you don't mean nothing. Your opinion doesn't mean nothing. Like, you have no self-consciousness. Like, nothing.
I'm no longer trying to impress you or have manners.
Right.
But she still respects him for that. And
you must have put the D game on serious.
Maybe she's a weirdo. I mean,
and we don't even know what happened after. Like you know, she could have just been like, "Yo, yeah," and I still went out with him or whatever, or like had another romp or something. But like if anything, if she didn't like him, she respected him like because of his gall. You know, just like,
No.
wow, he had the gall to do that. Like, wow, nah, props. I give you props, buddy. It's like,
She's a weirdo. You're right.
well, don't think of it as the actual context of him like just shitting, you know. But it's just like his brash attitude, just like you said, like, yo, I don't give a fuck about you, whatever.
But there's like certain things that like you have to like put a limit on. Like, I want you to be confident, but that's like real cocky confident. Like, no. You're taking a shit with the door open in my house. Like, go home for that. I don't at least shut the door.
Don't poop in my toilet.
Run the water or something. I don't know.
Run the water.
Yeah, light a match, something.
Oh man. Okay. Well, but here's the thing. Here's another article by AskMen.com talking about the 4 reasons women prefer dating direct men. Now, I'm gonna read the 4 reasons, but I might not get into the actual like meat and potatoes of it. But number 1, the direct man doesn't cause any unnecessary stress. Number 2, the direct man exudes confidence.
Did they define the direct man?
And all men cause stress.
Yeah, that's what I was like. What the hell is direct man?
Indirect. All men cause stress.
No, okay. So do you want me to read that in full to see what they're talking about?
Yeah, read that one.
All right. So the direct man doesn't cause any unnecessary stress. Dating should be fun, not stressful.
Right.
It's hard to trust the ambiguous indirect type, and dating these kinds of guys usually results in the woman's confidence level plummeting the longer she has to guess how he feels. When you're really present with a woman, you're showing genuine interest, and that's what makes dating enjoyable. You should make her feel secure. Otherwise, her self-esteem is in jeopardy, and her self-esteem is a prized possession, something she won't want to risk damaging by playing mind games with unenthused guys. Agree or disagree?
A man wrote this article, right?
Yes. Why is that? Why do you say that? But yes.
Because what
I
makes
believe
him
so.
think her self-esteem is in jeopardy if he's not direct? Maybe it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she'll be like, you know, I'm fine enough that I don't have to go. I'm a good enough woman that I don't have to deal with you being indirect. Goodbye. Why does her self-esteem have to be in jeopardy if he is not doing what he's supposed to do?
Right.
So I can tell.
I get what he's saying,
right?
But I mean, what the fuck are you gonna bother with somebody for if you're not gonna do all those things?
Mm-hmm.
And her self-esteem probably already in jeopardy.
Why
He's not gonna put it there,
right?
If they're dating and he's not telling her what she wants to know or needs to hear to make her feel like he's into her, it's already she already probably has self-esteem issues.
Right. Okay.
For her to be like, you know, so strung out,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so upset and low self-esteem low, and maybe I'm not, you know, maybe I'm not a good woman because he's not saying anything. She's probably, for you to go low that fast, you're already there.
That's deep.
Yeah.
April dropping that knowledge, boy. What I'm talking about? All right. Number
that woman's confidence level plummeting. Like, what?
Plummeting is like a strong word.
That is a strong word.
Looks like I was confident. I met him. Now I ain't shit. What?
now I ain't shit.
Who are you?
Oh, man. That's funny. Number 2, the direct man exudes confidence. Number 3, the direct man doesn't waste her time. Whoa.
Well, that's true.
And number 4, the direct man wears his heart on his sleeve. That's interesting. Disagree?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think that's necessarily true, but I mean,
I think it goes back to you saying, what's the definition of direct?
Yeah, because I'm still confused about that. But I guess that is true. Like, if direct means a man who knows what he wants,
yeah, I believe that's what it is.
and says it, then I guess then that is true.
Yeah,
because they'll be pretty much like upfront with you. But I haven't met many of these boys, men. I don't know.
Well, that's why. According to this article, they said that the women prefer these direct men. Like, okay, so let's say like with number 2, the direct man exudes confidence. Direct men, or the alpha male type, are the type women are often the most attracted to. The reason for this has to do with a direct, confident man's ability to really go after what he wants. A confident man will pursue the woman he likes. If you're interested in her, pursue her. Women love it when you make plans with them in advance. Bonus points if you follow up with her the next day. So I think that's what they mean. Like, just a direct guy, just like, yo, what's good? Oh, but then again, there are those guys that are like, yo, ma, what's good? What's really good, though? You know, like, what's really good, though? And like, what do you mean? What's really good? What, the weather? Like, nah. What's really good with them draws, yo? What that mouth do, though? What that mouth do? So, like, I mean, I don't know about those guys, but then those are the assholes. And some of them, you know, some girls fall privy to that. You know, just like, yo, what up, ma? How you doing? Like, oh my God, I'm all right.
I thought about that. You know what? I was thinking about that today when I was thinking about this podcast. Like,
yeah.
One time I met this guy, and I was at a New York Poetry Cafe, and I was waiting for my friend Ash to come, and he was running late. We just went because he wanted me to, like, watch the spoken word poets. Yeah. Because he's like, we're going to do this one day. I was like, you might do it. I ain't doing it. But, So I'm waiting online. And there's this nice boy online in front of me. He had a messenger bag. He had a cute little hat on, kind of light skin. He was cute. And I wasn't, like, flirting with him because I don't know how to flirt. I'm real corny about it. I'm like, hi. I don't know. I say weird stuff. I don't know. But we were talking, and then, like, Ash came, and I was like, oh, this is so-and-so. I know his name, but let's go with so-and-so. Yeah. So I'm like, this is so-and-so. And he's like, oh, cool. And he's like, oh, are you reading tonight? And he's like, oh, I was thinking about it, but I don't know. So Ash, just being an all-around good guy, he's like, yo, come sit with us. I was like, yay. Good job, Ash. And I was like, this is my friend. I was like, I'm waiting for my friend. So I was like, oh,
my platonic friend.
Lowercase f.
He's leaving his girlfriend's house right now. He's on his way. But, like, so we all sat together. We watched the poetry. And he was like, yeah. He's like, I write, Jen writes. I was like, oh, God, this is getting awkward. And he's like, really? That's awesome. And he's like, yo, guys. He's like, can I get your number? And I was like, both of us? I was like, this is weird. And I was like, okay, cool. So I was like, oh. And then, like, he hit me up. And he was just like, oh, it was really nice meeting you tonight. And I was like, yo, he was mad cool. So then, like, once I, like, got into, like, kind of like a friend zone with him, I was cool to, like, just talk with him and shoot the shit. And we were friends on Facebook. And we would text every now and then. He lived out, like, in Queens-ish, I think. And, like, I was living in Newark at the time. And I remember he texted me a couple times. And he was like, you should come over. I'm like, no. And then he was just like, I'm really sorry. He's like, I'm being, like, naughty. He's like, I want you to come over because I was thinking about sleeping with you. And I was like, what? Who the fuck says that?
At least he was honest.
And he wasn't like it was weird because, like, if you meet him, he was, like, a super cool, down-to-earth, nice guy. Yeah. But, like, he was being, like, very honest. Right. And I was just like, how does someone marry someone like him? Because now he's married and he's having a kid. You know, and I don't know anything about his girlfriend. He moved, like, 10 times already. Yeah. So, like, or his wife, sorry. But it's just like, do you have to, like, take those advances to see if you're good enough for a relationship? Because, like, I would just be like, from the door, like, you want me to come over and sleep with you? No. But, like, other girls were like, okay. And then, like, they sleep together and then they form this wonderful relationship and then get married. But like, I don't know how it works. Like, do you have to deal with the asshole things first to maybe get something better? That's weird.
But another thing too, I mean, maybe some women have, like, just was like, oh, okay, or maybe it was just like that toilet in the shit, like, episode right there. No, where she was like, wait, what? Like, you want me to come over so you can sleep with me? Like, you literally just said that, as opposed to, like, being it smooth and just like, you know what? Okay, I respect that. And then maybe some chicks do go over and then they do what it do. And then whatever happened. Like, did you respect him for that? Or did you respect him?
I wasn't mad at him, but I was like, nah, I'm not coming. Sorry. And he's like, no, it's cool. He's like, I do want to hang out with you sometime. He's like, we'll figure it out. And we just never did. And I was, like, just breaking up with the other asshole. So I was still kind of like, what am I going to do? So, like... Right. And I don't know. And I was, like, going to school, so I didn't really have time to just drive out to Queens for rendezvous. But like
or maybe she said, I'll come see you. It's nice. Thank you for thinking of me in that way, but I'm not gonna sleep with you. Maybe. But if you want to hang out and do friend stuff,
right? Can. Maybe she put her foot down.
But maybe she kind of put him in check, and maybe he was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be
right.
coming off like
maybe
that.
it's a test. Is she wifey material? I failed. He's like, you cool, Jen, but you were almost gonna come over. I was like, I wasn't.
What would you have said if a person said that to you? Like, yo, come over. Like, you know, and you just like really met, you know, just recently met him and stuff like that. And then he's like, and then he just tells you the truth. Like, yo, all right, I'm going to come clean. I really wanted to sleep with you. Like, how would that make
Once
you feel?
I'm there or before?
He told me before, but he was really nice about it.
No, but see, but that's what I mean.
I wouldn't have went, and I would have been like.
But April, he was sexy.
That's true.
I'm not 25 anymore.
You were then.
At 32, I wouldn't have went.
Uh-huh.
And probably, I mean, when I was single and didn't want a relationship, I probably would have.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have been like, okay.
Right.
If he was sexy, yeah.
Yeah, he was sexy.
At 20 something, being single, not wanting a relationship, I would have probably went. Like, okay. But I wasn't too much for driving to where for sex.
booty.
I feel like you should come to
Right.
my house.
Yeah.
You should get on the train. I'll pick you up from,
The stop.
the train station.
Yeah.
Right.
And then maybe we can have sex. I'm not driving to Queens for it.
Right.
So, that's probably what would have stopped me in my younger days, is having to drive there.
Right.
Yeah,
Can you come this way?
If you were thinking about
I
it,
think
then
I
get on the
actually asked him.
train.
I was like, well, why don't you come to Newark? The train's right there. I can get you at the train. And I think he was drunk, but he was still straight up with me. He was such a nice guy.
So if he would have made it to Penn Station,
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
so
know.
it was the drive.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was the drive. It was late at night. I was in Newark. Like, once I was parked and stuff, and I got my spot in the driveway, I didn't really like leaving.
Mm.
So
I'm gonna pay for the bridge and all that.
and
Nah.
Queens just always seems far.
Mhm.
So,
But it's a lot of highway.
yeah. Now,
that's what I like
if
about
I'd known
Queens,
that
yeah.
then, if I knew then, what I know now, I might have been married. I'm living in California, so who knows?
So the last thing, well, not necessarily the last thing for the podcast, but the last, not article, but quote that I saw, because we've been talking about like what is that one thing that women are attracted to in like assholes or whatever. But I did see this one thing that I thought it was interesting, and it's from a Playboy model named April Rose, and she says that chemistry is the most important thing in a relationship.
She's lying. She's a Playboy model.
Okay. Women are not as concerned about how attractive a guy is compared to the emotional chemistry. That is why you see a lot of really attractive women with interesting looking guys. It's the chemistry and the confidence that we are attracted to. An emotional attraction can make a guy more attractive than he is. It's less physical. We're not superficial like you guys. We don't need that exterior. We need that emotional connection, stability, confidence. To feel like we're being taken care of is the most attractive thing about a guy. That and how tall he is. Do you guys agree? Disagree?
Height's important.
Which goes right back to her saying it's not physical, but how tall he is.
Do you guys agree? Disagree? Or
Well, the singer Tamia said one time, guys are attracted with their eyes and women are attracted with their ears. And I kind of agree with that.
I've heard that before.
So the chemistry and the emotional attraction is coming a lot from what he's saying, not so much how he looks. Because somebody can look really good
And I think
and
how
be
he's
such a
saying
jerk
Mhm.
that how he looks doesn't even matter. Like
Right.
Idris Elba could walk up in here, and if he's an asshole, all that'll just won't even matter.
Well, I don't
All
think.
that chocolate.
I think Jen
I'd
would
still
still.
date
Yeah, I think Jen still.
Just like, but he won 2 SAG awards. But April, he's Luther. Doesn't matter.
That's pretty much how that conversation would go.
Yeah, pretty much.
But the speakers light up. Jen wanted to buy a Kia Soul. I wouldn't let her.
She's like, Jen, no, it's a Kia. Stop.
She's like, but the speakers light up. She rented one. It's like, the speakers don't light up. I told you, it's just the commercial.
It's just the commercial.
I like April. That bulge in his pants was just a microphone or something. I'm like, it wasn't what he thought it was.
Wow.
The pictures lie. The pictures lie.
He's not really Luther. That was a lie too.
He's not really.
He's playing a role.
I don't know. I definitely think the emotional connection is important. Stability is important. Confidence is important. Height is important. I'm 4'11". I'm sorry. You have to be over.
Everybody's taller than you.
Yo, you still need to be like 5'6" at least.
Right.
But I think it is about like physical. That's what gets you first. But
Right,
then when
that's
he
what gets
starts,
you through the
when
door.
his mouth opens, that's when you.
But
know
I think
for
you need to
sure.
be physically, even if all that stuff is in place, I still think you need to be physically attracted to somebody to be intimate with them.
Oh yeah, no, you're not gonna.
No.
Flavor Flav might be nice, but wake up next to him. Because that's the first thing that gets you. You're like,
Right.
okay, he's sexy. All right.
I don't know how Flavor Flav gets women. Did he die?
No, he's not dead.
He's still alive. Wow.
But I think that's what gets you first. Like, okay, we're physically attracted. Now let's go on to the next step here.
See, like Tony Soprano, he's not even a real person. James Gandolfini was like a big dude, but his confidence and his like swag, and I heard he was a really nice person.
Yeah.
I still don't know that I would have sex with James Gandolfini. This is a weird, creepy story, but like I understand why women found him attractive. I got it. I get it.
Especially with the beard.
Oh yeah, the beard.
Oh yeah,
Good
that's
with
right.
the
Yeah,
beard,
yeah, he
yeah.
did
The
have a
beard was
beard.
good.
That's true too.
I don't care how much feces are in the beard. Beards are hot, fellas.
I've come to the conclusion that men have feces in their beard when they put their hand in their drawers.
Ew.
That's where I think it comes from.
Interesting.
Nasty. Gotta wash your face all the time.
I'm
Wow.
just gonna Purell
You
that
have to
beard
keep
real
washing
quick.
your face, yeah. Because
Okay.
when you sit like this, you know.
Oh, Al Bundy like.
That's where the feces come in. You ain't wipe your behind good enough. That's true. That's how it's gonna sneak in there. Then you scratch, and there you go.
And there it is.
Bam.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's time for meme of the day. We needed like a theme song. Meme of the day. Meme of the day. But
I don't know
anyway.
if that'll work. But watch, I lost it.
Oh, jeez. Well, anyway,
Alright.
I'll explain what meme of the day is. So, anyway, Jennifer looks for...
Gosh
we have a
darn it.
meme of the day near the end of the podcast where we find something that pertains to the topic of the podcast, and then Jennifer talks about it. No,
I
she
do.
she says it to the audience, and then we discuss about it. So
So the meme of the day today is a picture of I guess it's like a prince, picture of Disney prince, if you will. And it says, you know how they say you can't turn a hoe into a housewife? Well, you can't turn an asshole into Prince Charming.
and
Damn straight.
I believe
Mhm.
that because I believe that a lot of women, they'll go out with the asshole and they'll be like, I'm like, but I can change him.
Yo, we turn into Bob the Builder. Like, can we fix it?
Yes, we can. No, but it's so true though. It's just like, why do you need to fix him? Just leave him and then just go for somebody else. But I mean, I completely understand why.
Yo,
you
it goes
guys
from
don't.
like Bob the Builder
Well.
to like Dora Explorer. Be like, no swiping, swiper. Like, where are we going?
Yeah, no, I get it because, just like with April said that, like she can like those nice guys are good for other people. It's just that like nice guys are nice, but like they don't have that edge that bad boys have. So it's better to just get the bad boy and tweak him a little bit, and then he's quote unquote perfect, as opposed to getting a nice guy to be a dick.
I don't know. I don't know if any of it works. I tap out.
I tap out.
And nice is not all there is to it. You gotta be,
Yeah,
nice
right.
is a start, but then what
Yeah.
else you got?
Mm-hmm.
Can't turn a hoe into a house. Anybody see Pretty Woman?
You're so
Came out.
stupid.
Just the
Maybe
movie,
she was
April.
a housewife.
Yeah.
It be
I don't
true.
think she was ever a housewife.
There's no part two. You don't know what she did.
You don't know what she
She became Aaron Brockovich.
did.
There was a baseball player. He married a stripper.
And then he beat her. Oh, no, that was the other one.
There you go. There it is. Good night, everybody.
He beat her into a housewife.
Oh shit.
No, it was who was the UFC guy? I can't think of his name now because he's nobody anymore. He married Jenna Jameson, right?
Oh yeah,
I
she's
don't
all
know.
high on coke on
And
Good Morning America.
he fucked her
stuff.
up.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but
I was
like
watching her.
physical
like,
abuse?
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He got.
Mhm.
I want to say his name's Tito Ortiz, but I don't think that's a thing. Maybe
No,
it
no,
is.
no. Well,
I
he's
think
not-
it is.
What, he's a boxer or
No, he's a UFC fighter. He
Tito
married.
Ortiz, I think, is a boxer. I
I'll
believe
ask
so.
Google later. That lady tells me everything. But yeah, he married Jenna Jameson, who everyone knows is a hoe, stripper. Sorry, whatever.
Jeez.
Porn star.
Porn star.
I know. Damn. Why you gotta say it like that? Yeah.
Listen, I'm sorry if she's in your top 5, but she's a hoe. But
She's not. In my
but like
top
he hit her. So maybe assholes and hoes should date each other, or maybe they already do.
Maybe.
I don't know, but the meme is true. It'll be up. You can comment on it and say if you've ever turned a hoe into a housewife or an asshole into Prince Charming, or if you're still waiting for that to happen.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, please write into us. Like, tell us like your asshole story, or like what is that one thing about your asshole that you can't get away from him or whatever. Or are you still with him, or what have you seen after you left him that you're like, oh yeah, he wasn't good for me, but this is why I stayed for so long, or whatever. So please write to us at bedlovebeyond@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
This was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
What's
Very
part 2
fun.
about?
Part 2 is hashtag where they at though, meaning where are the good men? If women have to subject themselves to assholes, where are the good men?
I don't know. April found one on BOF. I find some like stalker psychos on there.
No, but
I went through a lot of psychos.
but I'm just saying, like, the number one cliched thing that women always want to say is like, where are the real men at? Well, they in jail, they gay, or they already taken. And it's just like, no, bitch, I'm right here. It's like, what the fuck you talking about?
Have you friend zoned him by mistake?
Yeah, see.
Yeah.
I knew I liked you. No, but I'm just saying. So it's just like, so we're definitely going to get into that aspect because, we got to get the yin and the yang of everything. But that is the end of our show.
Thanks, April, for coming.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank
I had
you.
Fun.
Yes.
This was very.
It was
very
good to have
awesome.
backup this time.
Yeah. No, it was very good.
Last time.
You were not attacked. Stop it. But anyway, thank you so much for coming by. And thank you all for listening. This is another episode of